All right. So yet again, guys, this is
Oh my god.
our second version of. Oh my god, they're so close together here.
Look at that, dude. This is gonna be a good one.
Oh, this is gonna be a good one. So welcome. We have game 2 between Fire and Lix. Fire is in the blue. He's playing as the Japanese. He chose his home map called Rooster. We have Lix in the red playing as the Italians. Typically, there's a lot of water focus on this map. It's about winning water, but sometimes, like very rarely, you'll have generations like this where players are right next door. Oh my goodness, dude, even the boars are close. That each player has a main gold that's close, Hera, right in the middle. What are you thinking?
Look at the resources. There's a stone, 2 main golds, 2 boars, deers. There's so much in there.
Yeah.
Like, if the players scout it, whoever scouts this first is gonna have a huge advantage, I think.
And this is always a possibility on Rooster. It's just extremely rare. Normally, you'll find the players on opposite sides, but this has always been a possibility. It's definitely not like an F1Re or anything, because both players have their resources they have their resources available, right? And they each do have a safe gold, they each do have a safe stone. But I think that, as you said, you know, recognizing that this is the situation first is going to give you a big edge. I don't think Fire has any idea. I don't think Lix will have any idea based off what they're seeing right now.
Yeah. No, it looks like a standard Rooster map for both players. You know, Fire thinks the Lix is on the other side, and so does Lix thinks Fire's on the other side as well.
Oh my god.
They don't think they're right next to each other.
Well, who does this favor? Does it favor Fire or does it favor Lix? I feel like it kind of favors Fire a bit.
Well, like I said, it's really whoever scouts it first, because both players can take advantage of it. But honestly, if Fire scouts it early, I would think just go Marathon Tower Rush, honestly, with Japanese.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking.
And water.
And also you have more flexibility. So if you realize this, I think Lix has to realize now, right? Because if he keeps going, he's going to see Fire scout.
He sees the deer. That's huge, actually, because there's not extra deer on this map.
Yeah, okay, he sees his own pig. Is he going? Now he sees another gold. He's probably thinking, what? See, I don't know if it was really crossed his mind that that gold might be one of Fire's. It's probably still not.
But I think he sees the deer. He must know. He must know.
Okay, they'll both find out here. Or at least Lix knows for sure Fire's close once he sees the house.
Yeah, but Fire might think that Lix's scout is just running like
across the map. Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, it's tough.
This is really interesting, man. Not what I expected today.
And look at the docks, they're so close. The docks are super close.
Yeah. Another reason to favor Fire, I think, because if there's a close distance between the navies, that favors the Japanese fishing ships.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Fire's aware of this. Fire's just trying to protect his villager from getting lamed. Lix is trying to be annoying.
We saw it in game 1 as well, that obviously you guys didn't see it, but Fire stayed at home. He didn't scout Lix's map at all, and I think he might fall in the same mistake here of not scouting.
Oh my god, dude! This is Lix. For those that don't know Lix loves towers, right? So for him to see this, he is licking his lips right now. He's probably going crazy. Now his start looks standard, Hera. He's getting the fish out just as Fire is doing, but I think he might need to shift for some land focus. The downside right now of being Lix is that your scout is weak, so you almost need to run back home to save it, or if you lose that, Fire has the ability to scout what you're doing. So that's actually not a great situation for Lix with a weak scout. Yeah,
honestly, I would have ran the opposite way if I was Lix. I don't want to show Fire how close I am. Yeah. Even if it costs a lot of scout HP, I think it's worth it. But he hasn't showed any sign of taking advantage of this, position yet. But we might see something in Feudal Age.
And Fire, he's almost going to find out slightly too late to be able to change his strategy choice, because assuming Lix continues to bring him this direction, well, he's kind of running the long way around.
Is he gonna like run right past the TC? It's very possible.
Like along the shoreline?
Yeah. If he pulls that off, okay, Fire's backing off.
Yeah, Fire's backing off. They're both on the way to Feudal. They're both going for a water build, right? 4 to gold for Lix. Another villager will build a dock. Fire will probably be doing the same.
Is he gonna go back and learn more deer? There's no way, right? You have to scout. Okay, he's gonna go scout now.
Okay, and Fire will see the villager. This is a big deal.
He knows.
He shouldn't attack right now, right? He should wait for Feudal Age.
Yeah, for sure. He's just wasting HP at this point. Fire is 10 seconds faster, it must be noted as well, which could be a really big difference in this case. How close they are.
Well, this is not the start that I expected here. Fire should still have a slight edge. It's just, will he recognize what's going on? He sees the gold. He saw the villager. Oh, and look at Lick sending a weak Vill to the right. Why a weak one, Licks?
Dude, I don't think he cares. He saw how close Fire is. He panicked. He just sent any Vill.
Yeah. And Fire also has a villager out here. I'm not sure if she's to build a dock or what's going on exactly.
I think he might want a wall with that villager.
Fair enough. Yep, the house wall starting.
And Lick's scout will go down most likely here. It's interesting to note that Licks only has 3 fish, by the way, because that means that he might want to give up water.
Good point. Yeah.
And go for a land build.
Yeah. That villager. I mean, thankfully there's no wolves, because she could die to a wolf. I assume she wants to tower somewhere.
No, I think he's planning some sneaky ranges. Notice how he's walling at home. That tells me that he wants to make it seem like he's fully walled, but actually have a sneak going.
Well, you won't. This is quite an early sneak, right? Because he doesn't have the barracks yet. So he would need a barracks before he could build the ranges, but maybe she'll hang out back here.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Lick still has a scout alive as well, so he's actually going to get some crucial scouting intel where exactly Fire has that gold, and maybe he will try and sneak a tower up there. Don't lose your scout.
Look how smart Licks is, though. He snuck the Vill, then Fire scouted for the Vill, and now Fire can't find it. Because he doesn't expect it to already be back there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and Licks distracted the scout for long enough.
Exactly. Very smart play.
Now, Fire doesn't know where the docks are for Licks. Look where he's going with his fire ships. Okay, never mind. He's found the fish.
He's rounding back in.
Yeah. That's good.
But Licks is there. Don't lose one.
Yep.
Okay, he's okay.
Better for Licks because it's 3 versus 2 there.
Yep.
And there's the range for Licks, so he got the barracks up at home. Oh my god, Fire has no clue.
Dude, this is so crazy how fast Licks is so smart with the forward rolls. He sent it right away because he knows Fire will scout for it. It was perfectly played.
And now he's walled, so if Fire wants to go for land, it's not a real possibility for him. And Fire will put his full focus onto water, and he might even win water, but then he could lose all of his villagers on gold if these archers are created. Fire needs to scout for this.
Yeah, and the problem is, Fire already invested into 3 docks and a bunch of ships, so he's not going to have the resources to defend, even if he scouts it.
Good demo there from Fire. A good demo from Licks as well, but Licks is completely outnumbered here on the water. And I think knowing that, he might just try and kill the fishing ships, but it's not going to work.
Yeah, definitely not Japanese fish. Let's see how long it takes Fire to react and start fishing on the water now. He needs to add more fishing ships instantly. Yeah. Once he knows he won.
Yeah, and also I think he needs to make use of that scout a little bit more. I like the tower from Fire. It's a tower that'll hit the wood and at least deny that gold long term.
That's so risky though, because now he's got no defense.
Oh, it's a good point. He doesn't have an ability to tower at home. Now, Hera, he's just built an outpost, and he just researched Town Watch, and now, because of the house, he sees the ranges. So he needs to wall this out, and it's an instant reaction from him. A barracks, some houses, some palisades. Oh, man.
That's a really good reaction. That's a really, really good reaction.
Yeah.
And he's got a really good map to wall it up, actually. Well, I'm not really liking the position from Licks anymore, honestly.
Well, economically, he's going to be way behind now because Fire can fish.
Yeah.
All of the fish for Licks will die. And the archers, if they don't get in, then that was his only way back into the game, right?
Yeah, that was his whole strategy to begin with. I don't know. I would have done them more in the corner, maybe? I'm not sure.
You mean the location of the ranges?
Yeah, but you can't really blame him for that because Fire could have scouted anywhere.
Yeah, and Fire is sending the scout back now anyway.
Yeah. It's more just a good play from Fire to be aware of this.
Yeah. Yep, and he should be adding the fish now, which he's not doing, but at least he's building a defensive range.
Well, he added a couple. He's on 6, and just a couple fishes actually can make a huge difference, you know, especially Japanese ones.
Yeah, and with the Japanese flexibility as well of having the cheaper lumber camps, mining camps, he could take the stone forward or any of the golds forward if he needs to throughout this game. Fire's position looking pretty good on his home map, Hera. This is what he wanted. He wanted to be strong on this map.
Yeah, I think Rooster or any map where there's like heavy water focus is really where Fire shines. Yeah. He's always been like good on these maps. And well, he showed his experience with like the scouting and stuff, you know, being aware of the forward.
So in truth, there's not a lot you can do from Licks' position except continuing to try and be annoying and knock on the door here. You can't get back onto water, not with the amount of navy that Fire has. So you need to hope and pray that you can distract Fire as much as humanly possible And there is a tower going up. I mean, I think if the tower finishes and he keeps it up for the next 10-15 minutes, it can be annoying for Fire, but still Fire's position is very strong.
You know what I would like to see? Because like Lix is clearly really far behind. I think if you went with a transport ship and went around, but even then, like Fire already has the skirmishers.
Yeah, and where do you transport? You mean transport maybe to the left?
Yeah, it's like the front, because it's still open on the front, but yeah,
But even
I don't know.
Fire's actually walled again from that dock to the blacksmith, just in case a transport would come around.
Yeah, that's true.
There's very few areas that Lix could do that with, and it'd be awkward to get one there. Fire, he's playing well, man. He's playing well.
Yeah.
Kind of what we expected, though. We said that, well, we both expected Lix to maybe win Arabia, and then we said that Fire'd probably win his home map, and then you'd expect Lix to perform well on his home map, which would be Mongolia next, if he does indeed lose this one.
Remember what I said, the 3-1 prediction with Lix.
Yeah,
and it's based on the maps, pretty much.
Yeah.
We'll see how good my knowledge is.
I'm still thinking, I mean, we need to finish casting this game before it ends, of course,
Yeah,
but I like, assuming Fire does close this one out and it's looking strong for him, I still think that because of Fire's civilizations, it'll perform well on Cup. But that is to be seen, guys. That is to be seen. And Lix, like, do you go heavy on gold here and try and abuse the market to get up to Castle Age faster here? Is that like how you catch up a bit, maybe?
I honestly think he should have went for like an all-in play with 4 towers on the front, or like even switching to like stable at home, go for scouts. He can't try and catch up in Castle Age.
Yeah.
The advantage would be too much for Fire. He needed to do something in Feudal Age, I believe.
Yeah, maybe if he would have sent villagers forward, like, you know, to take this, especially on a map like this, like, just forget about the fact that Fire has a tower there and just run in and try and YOLO. Yeah, Fire's on the way up. Fire has defensive skirmishers, he's making defensive archers, and he even has a stable for a knight or two in the next stage. His base is locked down, man. He's looking very secure.
And what he can continue doing now is docking the middle, you know, the middle of the golds and stone, he can dock theirs to take the more fish closer.
Yeah.
Like, he can keep docking along the shores and just move his fishing ships. And that way he can make use of the whole lake. Look at the water though. Lix is coming with kind of a sneak attack, trying to get the fish.
Oh, some more docks for Lix. Okay.
Yeah.
It's an interesting one. Lix is behind Fire. Like, if he were to kill the fish right now, that's a lot of fish to kill. But if he could, it'd be relatively even in Castle Age, economically speaking. But Fire would have so much.
Fish. Yeah. Look at that. They just tank a demo like it's nothing.
It's crazy, man. Any other civ and 3 fishing ships die there.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Let's see Fire's reaction.
Well, Fire is transporting some archers, Hera. So he's transporting archers around the left. He does not know the main gold is there for Lix, but if you were to sit right behind the wood line, it'd be perfect.
It really depends on which way he goes. Because if he goes from, he's gonna go from the left side, I think. Lix does have a house there, so he will spot it. Yeah,
but what's his reaction gonna be? He doesn't have the stone for a tower because he built that one forward. He has forward stables and forward ranges, so he actually can't defend at all.
He doesn't even have enough stone for a tower either, like you said.
No, he's...
Yeah, this is looking bad, actually.
Oh, I think he spotted it. He's trying to house wall.
Oh, he bought stone? Okay. Really nice reaction. What the hell?
Yeah.
That's
Gate.
impressive.
Come on, Lix. Palisade Gate. Age of Gates. Well, I mean, he could have lost the game right there, and he's still hanging on. So, I mean, impressive despite it still being a rough situation.
The problem is that you can't kill those crossbows now. They're just there forever because he's got nothing at home.
Yeah, he needs to buy more stone.
Yeah, it's not looking too good. Fire now cleaned up the water again. And yeah, the GG's called.
Yeah, no surprise there. So, despite the weird map generation, Fire gets the win on his home map, and that evens out the series to make it 1-1. The next game will be on Mongolia, which I'm really excited for because we've talked about this Lix guy and how he has a certain style and he's very good with it. Fire will have to deal with that now, so Mongolia. I'm happy that we got to cast a game. Hera wasn't the longest game, but the game actually worked. I'm satisfied.
Yeah.
I think it can only get better from here, though, right?
Yeah, exactly. This is just the first of many. But I honestly think that Lix maybe gave up water too soon here. He kind of gave away his strategy like right off the bat. I don't know if I like that too
Well,
much.
it's tough because if he doesn't go for the water, or if he does go for the water, as you said, then his sneak is never going to get in. And maybe he sends the Vil there and she just sits there idle for 2 minutes. But I feel like it really depends on a lot of factors. If he would have waited 3 minutes to send the sneak villager, I'm fairly certain Fire would have spotted it. So, yeah, maybe.
Well, like how I'm thinking is like, obviously in the moment I was hyped to see it as well. It's hard to say. But like in hindsight, maybe send the Vil early, let it sit there for 2 minutes. You're not gonna lose because of one idle Vil, most likely. And go 3 docks, and instead of aiming for Castlage, then you aim for the archers. I think maybe then Fire won't spot it, but like I said, it's hard to say.
Yep, hard to say. It depends, as we say here.
Yeah, it depends.
You should play NBL again today, Kappa.
Obadiah, thank you, man. Roach, thank you for the 30 months. Kinfire, thank you for the bits. We had Fusky, Last Royal Raven, thank you guys. Yes, Loyal Raven donated $2 and said that the stream was being censored because of the pixelation. Yeah, it's fixed now, man. It's fixed.
Well, honestly, for good reason. What Lix did to Fire that game, well, it probably needed some censorship.
Well, okay, so let's talk strategy. Lix has Chinese, he has Huns, he has Malian remaining. And
some good civs on paper.
What civ would you go with for Mongolia? Chinese would be all the civs would be good, but I think maybe Chinese.
You're expecting Mayans though, like how to beat Mayans.
Yeah.
Malians and aim for champions and imp and like a good early game with skirmishers.
Maybe. I think Chinese could deal with Mayans though. Like I saw a game between MPL and Nikov. Now it was on Arabia, but Nikov tried to go for the full wall plumes. And MBL just got to Knight and Skirm and was able to eventually boom up towards like basically anything the Chinese could go with at that point. Seadram, Skirm, Cav.
Honestly, I just feel like it's winnable. It just feels like it's so much easier to play mains into that matchup.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Especially on Mongolia where there's a lot of hills, cliffs, so you're fighting in closed areas. So plumed archers running around in between like enclosed areas, it's just a nightmare.
Come on, chat, saying Goths. This isn't Vinchester. This isn't Vinchester.
Goths that are even out these
days. Something to remember is for the global bans, because they each got one global ban. Lix globally banned Mongols, expecting Fire to use Mongols on the previous map. So he denied Mongols from Fire, but he still lost on Rooster anyway. So what he could have done instead was he could have not globally banned Mongols, and he could have globally banned Mayans, and then he wouldn't be in this predicament where he has to think about, okay, how do I deal with Mayans? So, like that,
honestly,
that global ban's really important.
Lix picked Inca first, which is kind of a mistake. Like, okay, I know he likes Incas, but you want to pick Mayans first because you know that there's a low chance of Fire picking Incas. So you might still get them.
Well, Fire got the first pick, right? So Fire chose Mayans. Lix could have chosen Slavs, though. Or,
Slavs,
he could have chosen Japanese, Malay, whatever. So I agree. Incas is the first pick. It's typical of a Chinese player. It's like
exactly.
If Lix makes the main event, and someone chooses Incas in the main event, we'll have a good guess that the guy could be from China.
I would say it's actually a dead giveaway.
It's a dead giveaway.
How much it is.
Unless it's a next level troll from someone else, it's a dead giveaway. But here we are. I think this might be the first time I've actually casted Hidden Cup 2 Mongolia in the actual qualifier. Fire is in the blue. He's playing as the Mayans. Hera is here co-casting with me. We were just talking about how complicated it can be to deal with Mayans. And then Lix is in the red. Now this was his home pick, so you'd expect he has something planned for this. Now he's playing as the Huns. Hera, what do you think of the Huns versus Mayans matchup?
So difficult. I mean, I feel like you're just gonna die late game. Like Huns have nothing versus the main like imp army, but I feel like in Castle Age or like even in Feudal Age, if extended Feudal Age, the Huns can really shine. Yeah.
So Fire's already forward, looking to lame.
Yeah.
He's actually going the wrong direction now. There's 2 pigs forward, and he's just missing them. That's one of the many bonuses that Mezusivs get Just that extra line of sight on the eagle is a big one. People are asking, what's the difference between this Mongolia and standard Mongolia? Standard Age of Empires 2 Mongolia, don't play it. It's like, it's too many cliffs, it's too wallable, you'll barely see any action. If you're like Fat Sub and you like to wall a lot, I suppose, then that's for you.
It's basically Black Forest.
Yeah, it's like Black Forest except cliffs instead of trees.
Yeah.
But anyway, so this version has a lot less cliffs. This is very similar to ECL Mongolia, if you've ever seen that. Oh, fire! That was
close.
Really close.
What the hell?
Yeah, like
hacking.
I feel like he's debating stealing here, so to lose HP would be a mistake. But anyway,
he shouldn't steal though.
So it's more open, and you think he shouldn't steal? He should just attack and do exactly what he is doing. Exactly,
because if you steal, then the scout runs faster than Eagle. It could just block you.
Could block you next to the cliffs. Yeah, indeed.
100%.
So you know, there's a lot of action at the start of this game because of the way Fire's opened with this. Fire currently is denying this pig from ever being brought in, and also Lix has not found 2 of his sheep. So Lix could consider calling a restart. Yes, he does.
Yeah,
okay.
It is.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Honestly, no surprise because he's been delayed massively. So
he'll be happy with this one because Fire's map was 10 out of 10. I'm pretty sure if he could choose his map, he would choose this one.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, he has a full wall, multiple woodland, stone in the back, gold safe. Really nice restart there, I think, from Lix.
Okay. So there's 1 restart per best of 5, and both players have used the restart. So their maps could be 10 out of 10 or 1 out of 10. They'll have to deal with it. Fire is definitely going to go out and try and lame again. So Lix will have to deal with that. But honestly, Lix had forward sheep. He had 2 forward boars. So that was also not ideal to be up against mines.
Yeah. And Fire found him pretty much instantly. So pretty much everything stacked against Lix there.
Smart restart.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Just passing by 1 re per the whole set, my friend. But yeah, Mongolia is actually quite open. Now, the elevation thing is consistent with this map. So the max elevation on standard Mongolia, I think, was 7. Max elevation on this Mongolia in Hidden Cup 2 is 5. Which is actually more important than Arabia, I think, because with the cliffs on this, it can make it even more difficult to push up a hill. Yeah. So it's good to have less overall elevation.
Like if you have a hill in between 2 cliffs, you're pretty much never losing that hill.
Exactly, yeah.
It's so hard to push. Yeah, I agree 100%.
So they'll play the same map with the same civs, and we will expect to see Fire running forward. So how close they are is important. I agree though. I'm really questioning the home pick for Lix. Like, why not try, if you're going to use Huns, why not try to pick Cross for a home map or something? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, Scandinavia. Scandinavia, Huns do better, yeah.
Or Spanish or something. Like, you know, like, Lix, I think he played really well against Stark when he chose Scandinavia. I'm surprised he chose Mongolia, but I'm looking forward to him proving me wrong.
I think, you know what, we're talking about like Lix's playstyle, and I think what he needs to do is he needs to keep the main player open early on.
Yes.
Keep him open and try to, you know, do damage in Fuel Age, but ultimately end the game in Castle Age.
Yeah, keep him off stone. So
yeah, exactly.
If Fire has stones that are exposed, the Lix needs to scout that and pressure that.
Because like Mayans without plumed archers actually are not that scary as Civ. They become really scary when they get the castle.
Yes.
They're still a great Civ, but without the castle, not so much.
Well, also the plumed archers are so easy to create and then have halbs in front. Like, what do Huns do against that?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like plumes, halbs, rams, there's no chance. The only thing you could really do, and I think this goes back to the openness you spoke of, the Huns would have to use some form of mobility and hit from the sides, but even then, plumes are not that slow, so...
Yeah.
Game number 2 now, guys, between Fire and Lix. As we said, it will be Mayans versus Huns. This is the home map for Lix, and man, that restart is looking really good about now.
Yeah.
That restart is looking real good. Lix is much further away from Fire. Fire's main stone could be walled in, right, but it's more forward.
Definitely more chance for counterplay here, I think.
Yes, I agree with you, man. And, you know, I'm looking at this elevation now. Maybe I was wrong on the max elevation. What? This looks like a bit more than 5 tiles. Let me double check on this.
Pretty sure I'm counting 7 here,
4, 5. Maybe the elevate. I could be way wrong. It could have just been the Arabia and a few other maps that were adjusted. But anyway, this hill here for Licks, this hill is kind of concerning. But if he locks that down, the rest of his base is solid. Woodline options, main gold options, nice. Second and third gold will be tough, but yeah, I like the map.
It's not a great map. It's a mediocre map, like you said. It's good for early game. Like later on, he's gonna struggle getting the access to those extra resources, like you said. Yeah. Can't really TC them either. But I think he's gonna want to be on the aggressive anyways, so he won't worry about the defense too much.
Yeah, but here comes Fire. Fire so close to seeing Licks' pig there. If Licks loses sheep, pigs, villagers, whatever, he cannot call restart. And so far, so good for him, but Fire does know he's around here because he sees the berries. Licks is also looking to lame... Do you lame the Mayan player? Do you just go for a pig swap here?
Honestly, it's really good because the eagle can't really stop you too much.
Yeah.
And the Mayan boar is obviously worth more than a regular boar because they gather more from it.
Oh,
so it
man.
could be a big advantage.
Look, did he notice this? He's one tile away from spotting it. Now the pig's moving around. Does he notice this?
He sees it. Yeah, he sees it in the vision. It's really... Oh, he saw it. He went back for it, I think.
Yeah, I think so as well. And Fire's getting the other pig on the other side. So if Licks wants to try this, he could. Fire doesn't see any of the boars from Licks. All right. There he goes!
He should take it. Yeah, he's taking it.
He even has that nice little hill, so the boar got uphill hits, did less damage.
What's Fire's reaction to this? Does Fire know that he got lamed here?
He has to know, right? Because he saw it was there. He'll also see it running across the minimap. I think you have to go back and try and stop it.
Or lame Licks' board at the same time, but that's gonna be hard because it's in the corner. Yeah, I think you just stop it at this point. Or do your best to do so anyways.
It stopped. The pig actually stopped. I know pig for Licks. Licks just can hit that one more time. Fire's not happy about this.
He's gonna go back for it, it seems.
Yeah, so when it's running away, you can get one hit. It won't get any more hits on you. Doink! Yeah, perfect.
Nice. Well done. Well done. Fire actually sent the village to go get that boar. I'm not sure what that's about.
I think Fire said boo, not because he lost the pig, but because he realized that Licks failed with the lame.
Maybe.
And then he sent the Vil. Yeah, and Licks is trying... This is round number 3 now.
Oh, takes a hit this time.
MBL is shaking his head somewhere. This has not been the best lame ever.
He definitely doesn't watch too much MBL. And Fire sees him now. Oh, just passing.
You know,
just passing.
Yeah, just passing. In their defense, I think that Brazil to China lag is probably the worst lag that you could experience in the community. So there's probably some ping issues. This is easier said than done, even on no lag. So, and Fire. You know, I'm gonna go to Gaia's point of view. Hera, when you're speccing, if you press Control Shift F9, it'll show you Gaia's point of view. So you need to turn on the Fog of War then. But because of the wolves here, that pig is going to continue to chase the scout because Gaia shares the line of sight. So basically, if a wolf sees you, a deer sees you, a bird sees you, whatever, the pig will continue to chase regardless of distance. And there we go. So immediately, once the scout goes outside of Gaia's line of sight, the pig stops, and I guess Fire's never going to take this. This might be a free pig.
Yeah, I think he's going to keep his eagle around, though. So, like, no player would get this pig, I think.
Well, he could send a Vil, he's Loom, but I guess the eagle could still block it off.
I would risk it. I would risk it. It seems like with Loom and the lag, I feel like... I don't think Fire would be able to stop Vil too much.
But, all things considered, Lick still had he had all of his resources. And Fire's down a pig. So, yeah. It hasn't been eaten by Licks, but Fire has not had that food. And Fire's on the way to Feudal Age, but he's on the way to Feudal Age later, and what he's not doing is full walling. What he's not doing is, like, going heavy on stone to get the plumes. He's open right now. This is what Licks would want.
Yeah, this is exactly what he needs. He's actually going for some scouts, and Fire's map is really open. Like, he has multiple areas where he can get hit. I don't think he's, like, preparing well enough, actually.
He probably spent a lot of his time focusing on the boar, which is on the way back now. And Fire's thinking of going for Man-at-Arms, but the walls are going to be quite late, and I don't know if he'll be able to full wall his base before the second and third scout arrive from Licks.
I don't even know if you can afford men at arms or if it's even gonna come in time. So I don't know. This is looking really good for Licks to try and get some damage in, I think.
Yeah. And Fire's now bringing in the boar. That's just such a funny sight to see a boar being brought in at this point.
In feudal age. I guess better late than never, especially in mains boar.
Yep, so he'll kill it.
Bring that in.
And Licks, you know what I've loved about Licks? Like in the last game as well, his scout is extremely active.
Yeah.
And look at him, being annoying, he realizes he needs to keep these walls open for as long as possible. The next scout is coming forward, so he'll probably stop Fire from walling this one up if he has his way. And it is.
He can just go around though. Even if Fire walls that, he can just go around. Just 2 areas still open.
Yep.
I wonder if he knows that though.
Hey,
I think Licks should. Yeah, Licks knows it's a little bit. Oh, he's walking right in.
He's in.
That's gonna be so annoying for Fire. You have no idea.
Alright, well, Licks is also open, so keep in mind when the man-at-arms come forward with the eagle, he won't have any response to that. Oh, and his scout! His scout! Licks! He'll lose the scout!
No, that's a dead one. That hurts. That hurts. Especially this early. But Licks is full walling. So he won't take damage from the man-at-arms, at least that's the idea here.
Yeah, and now he's hoping to kill this Vil. Can he get her really nice grouping?
Nice block, yeah. Oh, no, I would have went for that one.
I'll go back for another one. He is idling a few Vils. He'll kill him, but he'll lose his scouts.
The low HP went, Vil came back. Oh, close.
It's hard with the lag. He is still open.
Sure.
Licks is still open. He needs to be careful, man. Look at all the Vils. I meant to say. He's committing to the wall. If there's a will, there's a way.
He doesn't know it's open. The man-at-arms are going to come in.
Yeah, he definitely does not expect that to be open because he's committing his Vils to walling on the right.
Yeah.
And so Fire, you know, this has been a messy game all around because of the laming. A Fire struggled, Licks is now going to struggle, yet Licks at least realizes the units are on the way in. This is giving Fire time to secure his map, isn't it? And he's working on a full wall.
Yeah, this is exactly what Fire needed. And these man-at-arms are going to be so hard to clear. You're going to need a few archers or skirms now if you're Licks.
Yeah, so this will buy Fire a solid 2 to 3 minutes. And I'm still...
You know what, though?
Yep, go ahead.
Fire stones are both forwards. So if Licks is able to defend, make a bunch of skirms, and then transition into a tower rush,
yeah,
it could work out. It could work out.
Yeah, or Fire will just have to go for crossbows, in which case it's not near as strong as Bloom's.
Yeah, I know, and especially if you're gonna have skirmishes, like if you're Licks and you have skirmishers,
yeah,
you don't really mind seeing crossbows too much.
Yeah, does Fire know where his second stone is? He does, and he's going to his first stone. So yeah, that's definitely an area that Licks needs to focus on once he cleans all of this up. And here comes the first archer. A few skirmishers will be on the way. He wants to get to his gold. I mean, this army is eventually going to die. Fire's army is eventually going to die, but it's how much value he can get from it. And oh,
the archer. Okay, he saves it.
Yeah,
nice.
that's a big deal. Can't lose that.
Why is Licks building every building with like 5 villagers though?
I don't know.
Like every building he's dropped this game was like 4 vills panic dropping.
Hey, the faster the building goes up, the quicker they get back to work, Hera. Duh.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, can't argue with that logic. But yeah, he'll be fine here, I think.
Yeah, it's very awkward for him, right? And I think Fire has plenty of time. He'll be very happy with this situation. Licks is doing everything right, and he's going to get map control back. And now's the engagement where the man-at-arms and eagles will die.
Look how beefy those men-at-arms are. They took down the scouts, dude.
Now, you see what Fire's up to. Fire's actually making... Oh, he's going for stone walls, and he's also walling with 5 vills. He's made a few eagles and spearmen, so... I don't know if that will fare too well, but he's doing anything to buy himself time to eventually get Castle Age and eventually go Plumes. And Licks is coming forward, isn't he?
Exactly what I said. Skirms into forward.
And this is the recognition from the guy. Like, it's easy for us as a caster to say, you know, the stone's there, he should pressure it immediately after he cleans it up. But, like, as a player, in the heat of the moment, he's realized. And
the problem is it might be late, though, no? Because the stone walls are already up. Where do you hit?
Yeah, all Fire needs is a defensive tower, and Fire's already going to lock down that stone with a defensive tower.
Yeah, the preemptive tower is so smart, honestly. He knows it's the only way, well, not the only way, but it's one of the best ways to lose the game is a tower on the stone, so he's going to, you know, do a defensive one right away. Protect that area.
And so, Licks, who chose Mongolia for his home map, who basically allowed Fire to pick Mayans because he didn't ban it. He's running out of options, really. I mean, it seems like Fire is definitely going to get to Plumes in this game.
Fire's defensive towering this? I don't agree with that. Yeah, you already have 2 layers of walls. You could just chill behind this a little bit more.
Yeah. So I guess that's good for Lix because it does force Fire to waste some stone. Yeah, but you know, he didn't need that. I just don't. It's easy to say now, Hera, but I don't understand picking Mongolia and leaving Mayans opened. You know, like
it seemed like
it's weird.
Just a brain fart, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or picking a civ like Huns on this. I mean, I guess it can fare well if Mayans isn't around, but
yeah. No, like I think like Huns is actually a good pick. Like it's nothing wrong with Huns. Just that Mayan seems like it makes it seem like Huns is a bad civ, you know?
Yeah.
That's how good Mayans are on this map.
Fire should be clicking up any moment now, right? Yep, he has the resources. He needs to actually click to Castle Age. There he goes.
And there he goes.
And he is completely stonewalled. And it'll start off with some Eagles, I guess. Lix needs to catch up economically. You know, I think Lix will be happy with the fact that he's delaying the... okay, just lost a vill. That's not good. But he's delaying some of Fire's villagers, at least.
I don't know if it's going to be enough, though.
No.
But I don't know why he's going for the Eagle. Maybe he thinks like he's not going to have the plumes in time. So maybe the Eagle transition at first. Could be nice, actually.
It could hurt Fire, though, to try and do too much. Like, to try and go Eagles and then go Plumes, it could possibly like put him behind. But he's lost villager, or sorry, he's killing Lix's villagers. So this has been good stuff from him. What do you do if you're Lix? Elite Skirm Knight in the next stage?
I noticed him on stone, actually. I think what he wants to do is go for Elite Skirm and Knights. I think mainly the Knights, and go for a forward castle. Try and break open the walls. Like because if you can get a castle on the stone before Fire gets his castle somehow. I don't know if that's possible, but.
Yeah, who knows what Lix is thinking here. We'll see. He's certainly going to be up against it. Just oh yeah, he wants to build another stable in the center of the map, Hera.
Yeah.
So
no better place for it.
2 stable knights, I guess, will be his thought. Knights and maybe some skirmishers. Imagine if he would have walled that one tile on the left. This man-at-arms would have never got in, and he could have pressured Fire a bit earlier, possibly.
Yeah, exactly. It was just like the 2 minutes that Fire bought with that allowed him to fully stonewall.
Yeah. So
that's all it takes sometimes in this game.
Good point from Mac Mouse. He says, "Can't Lix just go for Tarkans?" Well, eventually, that's not a bad move here, actually. However, that's not the whole story. The point is that Fire, who's sending out the Eagles now, and he'll clean up these skirms and scouts. Fire can boom so easily behind making plumed archers. That's the strength of Mayans. It's not like if you're committing to other unique units, you're going to have a weaker eco. With Mayans, you can have as strong an eco while making a unique unit. So Lix needs responses in Castle Age. He needs to win some fights in Castle Age to have a chance to ever go for the Tarkin move in Imp. And
the problem with Tarkans is that yes, you can get them out like quicker than Paladins, but the problem is that Mayans can get out Hubs and Plumes just as fast.
Yep.
And if the map isn't open, Tarkans can't use their mobility, then Hubs and Plumes will obviously like win out long run.
Yeah. So there's 3 golds in the center. 2 are Lix's on the right-hand side. We'll need to keep an eye on those. And then the 1 from Fire, which is more forward. And
by the way,
Fire has committed to Eagles. Okay.
Lix is on 3 stables, so he's all in.
Do you think he was expecting Eagles, or do you think he was expecting Plumes? Like, to go 3 stables. It's weird to me how he's going 3 stables, because he's going to, in theory, fall behind an eco, but like the fights haven't been bad for him so far.
The thing is that, like Fire's already on 2TC and he's gonna have a castle soon, so I don't know how the 3 stables gonna work out. But he is winning the fights, like you said, so maybe as like a last resort, this is actually a good idea. Yeah, you need to. It's going to be tough, right? It's going to be tough, but at least with the fights, he's doing all right here. He killed a monk, he's killed some eagles, he's building his own monastery now. I think that what Lix needs to try and do is keep the center of this map somehow, right? But certainly 1 town center versus... Okay, it'll be 2 here in a second for Lix. Fire's already on 3 though.
Yeah, like he'll probably be 10, maybe even 15 villagers behind, and Fire can comfortably build that castle. So I'll tell you what, man, if Lix wins this though, it's not that he doesn't have the potential to, but it's going to be very difficult. If he wins this, I'll be very impressed, because it's going to be such a difficult task for him.
He's going to have to do something crazy, I think. He's going to have to really surprise us with some Castle Age fights, because Fire is really secured right now with the castle coming up.
Yeah.
The 2 towers defense, Eagles, Monks.
Well, Fire needs to play extremely safe in this situation, right? Like, don't take any risks.
Yeah, exactly, and just stall it out another like 20 minutes, and then the boom will kick in, and then you can easily, get the win. What about attacking from the right side if you're Lix, actually?
Like, I mean, maybe with the Siege Workshop, right? Like a few Mangonels.
Yeah, exactly. Break it open, spam Knights.
I feel like his decision though is to try and catch up on the boom, so we'll probably see a 3rd TC soon, and get as many relics as possible, and just keep Fire from pushing out. Because he's holding this hill, he'll snag that relic. Okay, now he sees the castles going up. Oh god, this could be bad for Lix.
Couple monks, let's see the conversions. Only 1 so far, 2.
Wasn't the worst, but now he's fighting underneath the castle Fire.
Yeah. And the problem is when you trade your army and you're 1 TC, you can't really afford to rebuild it. Or not 1 TC, but like only 2 TC. Whereas Fire, he doesn't care about those Eagles, he's going plumes now.
Yep, exactly. So that's a good situation for Fire. Fire will not kill the Mangonels, which is actually quite an important thing for Lix. I like, you see the archer on the right hand side? Okay, he's about to die to a wolf. T90 woo, get wrecked.
Oh yeah, I see him.
But I like the thought to scout and to look for the other golds, look for the relics. There's actually 2 relics on the right hand side.
He has potential to get all 5.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And then maybe build his castle on that massive hill to the left of where that new TC is going up.
Right, yeah.
And then hopefully like get to like Elite Tarkin or Paladin and Skirm. That would be the play.
You know what? Like if he's able to get a lot into a heavy gold army, heavy cow. I know it sounds crazy, but with 5 relics, it's possible to maintain it.
Yeah. So I think that's where Lix has got to take his advantages right now, because Fire is playing very defensive. But soon, he'll be able to push out. So for now, Lix needs to do whatever he can to take those advantages. I see Vills running around. I see units on the minimap, so he's thinking about it. And he is going to pressure this right-hand side.
Instant reaction with the defensive workshop.
Yeah.
He's close to affording a 2nd castle as well, it must be noted. A 2nd castle would keep like everything safe, pretty much.
And the 2nd castle would ideally be placed in the center of the map if you're Fire, not defensively. Not that defense is bad in this situation, but ideally he'd be in a position to push it more forward.
I would think a defensive one is actually a good option, depending on how far along Lix is with his push. Like if Lix is about to break in, just drop in a 2nd defensive castle. There's no worries there. Yeah, but obviously forward would be nice. Look
at the minimap. Lix is building outposts. He sees a monk from Fire. Will Fire see that? Oh, Fire's gonna snag the relic and get out of here.
Oh, no, Lix sees it.
Lix is gonna
He's going for it.
That's great. So a good minimap awareness. I imagine he can just send a scout out of the stable, which he is doing, and kill the monk.
I've always liked how the Melville walks when he's like fighting. He looks like he's about to square up.
Yeah, man.
Oh, the wolf is there too.
Can't wait.
All right, so he attacks the wolf. He attacks the monk. Nice move from Lix. He has 1 relic right now, and he sees he's about to get 2. I mean, I'm thinking there's potential for Lix, man, but it's going to be so difficult. Fire's halfway to Imp.
Lix has a lot of resources. Why is he not spending them?
I think...
He's got a lot of gold.
Yeah, I think he might need to rely on the market a bit right now.
2nd castle for Fire. Where is that going to be? Oh, and he's actually switching it to pikemen. That's actually kind of smart.
Yeah, smart to go pikes before a lot more plumes. I would like to see Fire's castle either on the right hill to secure the stone. That's awkward to get to though right now, so maybe build it on the left where his plumes are currently. On the hill by the gold.
Yeah, I think that would be a good position as well. There's also a big hill far to the left as well with another gold. There's a lot of like important hills in this map for late game.
Yeah.
I think whoever secures them. Like, I don't know, this is still kind of even. It's still kind of even.
Yeah, but it's...
Just that Fire's further ahead.
Yeah.
Like faster. faster.
Well, it's just so easy for Mayans, man. It's so easy to play Mayans. Huns have potential, but all Fire had to do was make Man-at-Arms, full wall his base. He didn't even need the Eagles, but, you know, he lost all of his Eagles, whatever. Still has castles, pikes. I mean, it's just so simple for him. But
they do everything at once.
But Lix is, you know, it's going to be tough for the next 10 minutes, man. But he's going to get his 4th relic now. So with 4 relics, with the mobility of Huns, he does see the golds on the left. I mean, there's definitely potential here. But against Halberdier, right now he has no answer.
The monks, let's see if the lucky conversions gets 1. Yeah, just 1.
2 conversions, yeah. That's enough to kill the Mangonels. And Lix just now sees the Halberdier. And he's attacking into Skirmisher and building a very defensive castle in his base. Wow.
Oh, castle for Fire in the middle of the map, so he knows he wants to push from here.
Yeah.
I would like to see it on the hills on the right, but I think this is fine as well. Just to secure some ground. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so Lix has to go Cavalier, and he has to go Elite Skirm here. There's, like, no other option here. Tarkin, he can't do, because he doesn't have the unique tech. It wouldn't make much sense anyway. I think Cavalier's better. So...
yeah, he doesn't have the eco for Tarkins and the stables and stuff.
Exactly.
Much faster to go for Cavalier. I don't know if Elite Skirm's gonna cut it, though. I'm gonna be honest.
They actually have Elite Eagle for Fire.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. By the time you get the Elite Skirms out, there's Elite Eagle and Trebs coming out, and Skirms are just kind of lackluster.
But do you think that it's good to go Eagle here instead of going like Plume Help?
Yeah, because Eagle is faster. Like you don't, and you can commit the castles to make Trebs, so it's faster to make the Eagles than to
good point.
Get all the upgrades for the Plumes.
Okay.
He already has the upgrades for infantry. And this is such a good combination, by the way. Eagle helps.
Yeah.
Trebs, like, it's just there's nothing you can really do for Huns as Huns.
Well, I love Lix's Stonewall right now. This again, he's very smart when it comes to reading the map. So he wants to wall this up. That way he can only deal with fire in one spot. He is.
Look where his knights are going. He wants to use some mobility. It seems like.
I think he was thinking about running to the right-hand side. Yeah. And he does see Elite Eagle as the choice for fire now, so there won't be any surprises there. Skirms are only helpful versus the Halbs. And even that, the Skirms don't have many upgrades, and there's not a lot of numbers, but, you know, Lix needs to hold, man.
Bracer and the Cavalier with armor coming in as well, so he's getting a lot of upgrades coming. But I don't know if it's gonna be a little bit too late. We'll see. He has a nice position on the hill though, defensively with that castle. Yeah,
he just needs to continue to repair and hope that his Trebs. Look, the Hun Trebs. He killed one of Fire's trebuchets. Yeah.
Forget about that a lot of times.
He's defending himself. He has slightly more vills. He has 5 relics now. He just needs to hold from this wave.
How to stop it though? There's so many of them.
Yeah. It's going to be tough. Fire needs to get his production up, though, on the front. He needs to get some more units going forward.
Lix takes a score lead, actually. Like, this is so close.
Yeah, I think that if he has all of his Cavalier, he could patrol into this fight and hold. Now, he's going to take losses underneath the castle. He might even lose the castle.
Look at the stone walls. This guy is so smart with how he plays the map.
Oh, this is so awesome, man. He could wall off the whole right side of the map.
He knows he just has to stall until he gets the 5 relics kicking in.
Yeah.
Into the late game.
He loses his castle though.
Yeah, exactly. He needs to just hold. If he loses too much ground, he will lose the game. But if he's able to hold, he's in a good position.
Yeah, but now his issue is he doesn't have anything to push against the castle from fire. So it's just he has to play hugely defensive right next to his main TC. And fire is taking advantage of that extra gold on the minimap, which is smart scouting from him.
You know what? A tech Fire is missing is El Dorado, actually. Like for the Eagle, that's such an important one.
Yeah, it's an expensive one too, so maybe that gold will help him out there. Only 60 HP on the Eagles right now. With El Dorado, it'd be 100. I just feel like the Lix is making skirms, man, and they haven't. Well, dude, I don't know what to say. I keep wanting to say Lix is ahead or Fire's ahead.
It seems
it's
exactly
so close.
Even on Vil count.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same game in terms of Vil count.
And
the armies doesn't seem like a big advantage, honestly.
And I would normally say, like, positionally, the position's better for Fire, but then again, he can't raid on the right-hand side unless he breaks through. which I guess he's working on, so...
Yeah, he's getting the Rams out now.
Yeah.
I don't know, I would still prefer Fire's position, just because I don't think the 5 relics are enough composition at the moment.
Yeah.
And Fire also has the extra golds on the sides, I don't know if you see them.
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
left, there's 2 of them.
I mean, those golds are more important than the relics right now, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
But the relics are something that will start paying off in maybe 15-20 minutes time. It's down to if Lix is able to stop Fire from killing him off here. And at the moment, he's holding on. I like his army numbers. 50 military is good, but it is 58 for Fire, and Fire is building more barracks forward to increase the production.
Yeah, the problem is, like, literally Fire all it has to do is patrol fights.
Yes.
Whereas Lix has to target Fire the hubs to make use of his army. And that's why it's such a bad matchup.
Yeah, and now El Dorado's on the way for Fire. 100 HP Eagle Warrior soon. The Trebs have been packed up. They've moved in. They're killing more ranges. They're killing more stables. Denying that gold from Lix. This is looking more and more difficult for Lix. It scores 1-1, man. This is Lix's home map. He has 5 relics. Can he hold on? Oh God!
He's going for the snipe. This is rough. I don't know about that one.
No, that's... I mean, the Trebs aren't the biggest deal here. It's the massive Eagles and Helps. So to commit to the Trebs there and lose your army is a big mistake. He's getting Paladin, man! He's getting Paladin! I guess he figures Cavalier isn't working. Oh, Fire with the quick house wall there.
Nice try. Okay, he trapped like half of it. That's pretty good. I just don't see the numbers. Yes, you're getting Paladins, but you have like 10 Cav though.
Yeah. I agree with you there. That one Cavalier got stuck inside the house, actually. That was an interesting little bug.
Poor guy, stuck in the house.
Fire has broken out of the walls, Hera, on the right, so he can always start raiding there as well. Then he's killing the stables, and I agree, Lix doesn't have the numbers.
Yeah. Once the 200 pop kicks in, basically what Fire needs to do is trade as much army as he can now. You see his resources, he's got like 3k of everything. He's playing Michi at this point. Yeah. So I think this is more or less over.
Sell his food, sell his wood if he doesn't need it. Yeah, he's getting guild so he can do that. Yep. Power of Mayans, man. I am curious to see if Lix will even complete the Paladin upgrade. I guess he will here in a few moments, but he won't have anything left by the time he gets there.
But good on Lix for keeping a healthy pop. I mean, 150 being pushed this hard, that's pretty good. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. No, I agree. He's been impressive this game. I just still keep thinking back to how he let Fire get Mayans.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
like
it seems
the mistake was the draft.
Yeah, you just ban Mayans globally so you don't have to deal with the Civ. That's why Fire banned Aztecs, because he knew Aztecs would be tough. And then Mayans was banned. Like, this is a situation that's avoidable, and then it's a completely different matchup. Maybe it's Huns versus... Well, who knows, right?
Yeah. Any matchup, like, besides Mayans is actually kind of favorable for Huns, actually. Like,
yeah.
Where there's like, something you can do to, you know, play into it.
But, you know, he did complete Paladin. This is incredibly difficult for him now, but... You know, maybe Paladin Skirmisher is the answer. Treb's looping around, or sorry, Paladin's looping around.
Yeah, snipes a couple of Trebs.
That's a huge resource commitment, though. Like, all of those Paladins just for one Trebuchet.
Yeah, it didn't seem worth it after all. Notice that every castle Lix built was on a hill.
Yes.
So smart. Yeah, so smart.
Dude, I'm looking at the eco setup for Lix. Lix, he does have plenty of gold remaining, and he has the relics. I feel like he could take one big engagement and maybe swing this back into his favor. Like, it's a huge maybe, but the guy's still in this.
Look at the resources from Fire, though. He's gonna have this Eagle spam.
Oh my god, yeah.
For the next 25 minutes. Like, that's so good.
Oh, Mayans. 0 relics, only with Mayans.
Lix has 4 Paladins on the left side. If he raids that extra gold with like 20 bills from Fire, that could actually be huge. That could be what he needs to get back in the game, actually.
He doesn't know it's there, but if he sends them on patrol, then maybe.
Oh, he's gonna miss it, I believe.
Yeah, for a guy who's read the map really well this game, he did miss scouting there. Yeah.
It happens.
Yep. Definitely happens. And, you know, Fire has 2 separate groups now, guys. He's spamming with Halbs and Rams on the right, and then he has his main group of Eagles, Halbs, and Trebs on the left.
Still missing some siege jump from Fire. I mean, I know he's not in a rush to win or anything, but
yeah, maybe
siege jump's good.
I feel like the Trebs are fine as long as you have the resources, and Fire does.
Yeah, that's true. He doesn't need to be in a rush to win it.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, Lix is running out of stone. Lix can't repair his castle anymore. Lix might need to buy stone. All that stuff's good for Fire. He just can't lose any momentum this main push.
And the pop is dropping. When you see yourself at 140 pop and like, you've been there for a while, it's demoralizing.
Yeah, and it's normally the 110, the 100 pop number where you realize, yeah, I'm probably dead in this game. And this is where Lix just doesn't have the res to spam and fight anymore.
Yeah, I think this is the last fight he's taking it just because why not?
Yep.
He's actually winning it. Well, even.
Yeah, Paladins.
That's all he has.
Yeah, and he'll even kill he killed the Trebs too. He'll kill 2 of them. But what's he gonna have after this? Fire can make more units. Lix cannot.
Look at that. The fight's over. Fire's back to 190 pop. Like it's like it didn't even affect him.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, GG.
Yeah, Fire gets the win.
That was a nice game, though. It was
a nice game, man. I'm impressed with how Lix played that one. I think that Fire just did everything he needed to do as Mayans. He played solid. Like, I think that's the best way to sum up the Mayan civilization. You don't need to do anything flashy. You just play very safe and comfortable, and it's so easy for you to ease into the Eagles and Halbs or the Plumes and Halbs. Like every single time you see Mayans, they're like this.
The one crucial decision that Fire made was to go for Halbs first. If he tried to go for Plumes first, he might have given enough time for Lix to come back.
I agree.
The Halbs first, the forward castle, the Trebs, he did everything right. Fire played really well.
Yeah, really solid play from Fire, and he goes up 2 games now. And we'll look to the achievements. Look at the economy difference. So Lix had the 5 relics, but because Fire took the extra gold and sold all of his excess resources, he had more gold in this game. Yeah. Just crazy what Mayans are able to do. I think Lix did really well considering the circumstances. Once I saw the stone walls from Fire, I thought, like, mentally, there's no way that Lix can do this. But he got really close. If Fire would have slipped up, if Fire would have tried to go Plumes first, like you said, there was some potential there for Lix. But Fire played way too solid. And game number 4 is going to be Cup Hera. So Lix needs to respond on Cup, a map where he had a very creative strategy in round 1 where he went for a drush against fishing ships. So
this is the map I want to see Lix on. This is the one I was excited for.
Yeah.
And I really think he has the potential to win it again. He won it the first round, he could win it again.
Yeah, so your prediction is now done. By the way, I just want to put that out there. I want the world to know. Like my prediction is still alive.
What were you saying? 3-2 Lix?
I said 3-2 Lix. Hera's prediction was 3-1 Lix. So that's way wrong, man. I mean, jeez.
Dude, you're talking a lot of smack for someone who didn't even cast game 1. Like.
So yeah, Fire is proving us both wrong so far, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it seems that way.
See, what I expected was game 1 Lix, game 2 Fire. And then I expected Lix to win on his home map, which I was wrong on. And then I actually did expect Fire to win Cup, I guess, for my prediction to be true. But these guys are so close, guys. This is a qualifier, and all the matchups have been close. In round 1, we had a few 3-0s, but in round 2, almost every set went to 5 games. And I can't wait to see whoever wins this is going to face Jordan in a best of 7. And then we have Dogal and Lan in the other best of 7. It's going to be crazy. Hera, are you able to do a quick Q&A with my audience while I use the bathroom real quick? Oh God, he's gone. He's not interested. All right, so I guess I gotta hold it. He said, dude, you muted me. I didn't mute you. Don't troll me. Wait, hold on. Discord says it seems you've gone AFK. Oh, they moved me out of the chat. Hold on. Yo, Hera, are you here?
Yes, are you here?
Oh, my bad. I don't know what Discord did. Discord kicked me out. My bad.
Nah, you trolled me so hard.
No, I wasn't trolling you. I wasn't trolling you. Dude, I really, I've had to go for a while. I'll be right back.
No worries, no worries.
And
yeah,
then,
go for it,
yeah.
for it. I'll talk to chat. So I'm casting his games. I'm talking to this chat. Oh, what's next, man? All right, chat. What's up? Why am I so fat? Maybe it's the working for ice cream, I guess. Thank you, Polybius. Hijack the stream? Dude, this is my chance, actually. What the fuck? Would you play Triple Tech Huns War? Maybe. Depends. You should charge him for your services. So basically, Obadiah, he's gonna rig me into some community games. Yeah, it's already been talked about. I'm talking like a community game a month minimum. Is a Man at Armor to Scouts a viable build? Sometimes. Usually with civs like Fangs or Slavs that have really good Scouts. When is AM playing Suomi for ECL? Sometime this week, I'm not sure. Stop spamming pyramids in the Discord. We'll see about that, Alias. Why did my dad die? Ooh, yikes. Not sure, man. That's just the way it goes sometimes in life. Have you casted for 1,500 people before? I've casted on Mem's channel once. I think for upwards of 2-3K. So yes, I have.
I'm back.
Sucks.
Why are people saying why are people saying things are rigged when I return?
Dude, that's just how it be sometimes.
Okay.
It's not my chat. Like it's not me that's rigging things. You know what I mean? You gotta answer that question for yourself.
I'm a bit worried that you're turning everyone against me here, man.
No, I mean there was some movement for like some hijack of a stream of some sort. I don't know. I wasn't part of it. I promise.
Guys, I really need to thank. Okay, I can't even say the name. Tichesco, thank you very much, man. I gifted a ton of subs to the stream during that game. Chosenall did the same. We also had Topens with the 26-month resub, Halmachi with 7, Abu with the new sub, FT Winchester, and K1. Thank you guys very much. And it's been fun, Hera. I'm thinking this will be the best game of the set, though. Like this is gonna be the game of the day right here.
Hopefully, we get 2 more games.
Yeah.
I really want to see the new maps being played. So.
Yep.
All right.
All right, and here we are. Fire versus Licks. Game number 4 in the best of 5. I'm not very surprised to see Malay as the choice for Fire, and I'm not very surprised to see Malians as the choice for Licks. Hera and I spoke about this, and we feel like these are the best civs they had available for this map. If Fire wins this game, he moves on to face Jordan 23 in a best of 7. And if Licks wins this game, he needs 1 more victory in a game 5 to maybe face Jordan himself. The map is Cup. Now, Hera actually helped me test the map more than any other player. So we looked at the map. I gave input on the map. So, you know, I'm excited to have you casting with me for that reason, man.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't just testing it. I gave some pretty good ideas on this map, too.
You did? Yeah.
I was crucial in the design of the map. Let's say it that way.
Yeah, so
I gotta find a bit more important.
Initially, we had some conversation about the center area. Because when it was created initially, we were trying to decide on where to block it off. And we both decided probably the best placement or the best block off would be here. So players dock the right, they can get benefit from that, but then they can't send their navy to the left, and then it's the same on the other side. So, you know, this map has no meta whatsoever. I don't think any player knows exactly what the best play is for it. You could dock, you could avoid the dock, you could drush, you could go scouts, you could go archers. And Licks has Malay and Fire has Malian. So I guess starting with the civs then, what are your thoughts on the civs? What are the bonuses, Hera? What are your thoughts?
Malians on paper should be better because on hybrid maps they could have, they have the cheaper wood on buildings. So they could afford the dock, they can afford the stables, the archer range on the side. However, late game harbors, woof. Like the Malay are looking really, really good, especially for taking that middle control, honestly.
And Malay, what I say on my stream is that Malay need to delay, right?
Yeah, I've heard that one before. I had to say I heard that one.
They advance 80% faster to the next stage. And what I've seen a lot of people do with the Malay Civ is full wall their base, which is fairly easy to do on this map. And then take advantage of the extra Vil bonus you'll get, basically, because of the advancing times. And then eventually, like all Vil bonuses or Eco bonuses do, it pays off after a couple minutes. So maybe, maybe we could see a drush from Fire into walls of some kind, and then... I mean, I truly don't know, but I do think that Malay...
I don't know if he knows about it, though.
Yeah.
Because a drush didn't strike me as an option on a water map when you go for the dock, so I don't know if Fire knows about the drush.
Well, so, okay.
It's not something intuitive.
He's docked, right? So he's docking, and this is exactly what Licks did... No, not Licks, sorry. Stark did versus Licks. And so that dock means that Fire will go for fish. What Licks did versus last opponent was he drushed the fish. So, like, did Fire prepare? Did Fire see what happened in the previous matchup?
Dude, he's going for the same idea. He made a mill on the berries. He's doing a couple deer. I imagine he's going to go scout the dock soon enough.
Yeah.
And the good part about the drush is that it can hit both lakes, whereas if you do a dock yourself, you might not be able to hit the opponent's fish.
Yeah, and You know, something tells me, man. Well, first off, I'm not even sure how you counter the drush, except to do one yourself. If you dock, you just gotta have to run your fish away. But something tells me Fire might not have seen what Licks went for in round 1, and he might be very surprised by this.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I feel like the only way to, like, I feel like maybe some sort of meta would actually be a drush on this map, because I don't know. I just don't think losing your fish that early is actually worth it.
Licks is housed.
But then again, you can run your fish from the drush.
Okay, I thought he was going to be housed. He's going with 20 population up, so this is intentional. Yeah. If it's 20 pop, though, is he going with man-at-arms?
Yeah, I think maybe a forward, right?
Straight into scouts?
He could even just go straight towers. And you know what? Malay are actually super bad at defending forwards because they don't have enough. They don't have as much resources available early feudal.
Yeah.
It's kind of a weird eco bonus.
Yep. Because, as I said, they need to delay because the eco bonus doesn't kick in till a couple minutes later.
Yeah. So they'll have an extra 2 vills, but they'll have less resources available because they had to pay for those 2 vills.
Okay.
Pretty much.
So I'm trying to keep an eye on what Licks might be going for here. Another lumber camp. This looks like a scout build to me.
Yeah, barracks going down defensively. No gold. Seems like scouts.
Yeah, scouts. Using his scout to attack Fire's fish. So he's found the dock. He is annoying Fire. And Fire has...
going to repair that one.
Fire hasn't even clicked up yet. Okay, so I guess Licks will... It's a similar thought process. Don't dock, go for scouts, and then kill the fish with that.
Yeah. And the thing is, the scouts, if you're fast enough... I actually think like a civ like Mongols going scouts on this map would be good.
Yeah.
If you're fast enough, killing the fish before before anything happens, who cares if he has the dock up? It doesn't matter anymore.
Well, I thought when I was testing the map, I originally thought that Mongols would be the strongest, and you would just forget about water, go for fast scouts. But I think the reasoning we don't see that is because Mongols is so strong on some of the other maps that like it's either banned or it's used already. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Fire is actually full walling.
Yeah.
His mainland. I think that's smart.
Yeah, I think he has to here. Has not scouted the south, so he doesn't know how easy his wall off is there. That's really bad.
Fire also lost the fishing ship. By the looks of things, the scout's kind of chasing it down.
That's funny.
Running for its life. Bam, dead.
And now Licks is making those new scouts, guys. And what is Fire going to do in feudal age? He's in. See, look, he's in feudal age. He's just now building a barracks. This is my point. I'm not certain that going for the dock is a sure thing on this map.
And like, yeah, now he's got. Okay, he invested a dock and 3 fishing ships, but now he only has 2 collecting. So how worth it really is it?
Yeah, and it's not. They're not going to survive for much longer.
Yeah.
Oh, Licks, don't.
Ooh, is he running? Right. I would run.
I know you would, but with Licks.
I'm crazy like that. I just run right to TCs. I don't care, man. But I think he's gonna go for the fish now. That makes a lot more sense.
Dude, Fire's definitely struggling here. He's housed at the moment. He's making a demo raft for scouts, and he's running his fish away. I mean, it just seems like Fire's out of his element. Like he wasn't prepared for the strategy that Licks has gone for.
I don't understand the Malay pick either. I'm gonna be honest.
I think it's good. I think it's good. Yeah, I think. Okay, so I'm still not convinced on any strategy on this map. However, I've seen enough games played. I think a standard feudal opening like scouts or man-at-arms is fine.
Into water.
Into water later on. Yes, yeah. Water's more because you don't have the resources to fully control the water at this stage. You give up all your land. So, okay, here comes a demo from Fire.
Oh.
Licks will...
He doesn't want to 1-for-1 it.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got to spear that. That's actually so smart.
Oh my god, this is crazy. That was so hard to call. But anyway, yeah, I think you open up with a normal strat, and then you go for water later on. What is this forward villager doing for Licks?
Why is there always a forward villain on every map Licks plays?
Licks is the original fat dragon, guys.
Dude, I just saw that randomly. Like, I thought it was like, you know, an extra scout. It was just the forward build casually.
And Fire did spot that, so Fire knows that's coming.
I mean, what does Fire do about it, though? I guess he goes for archers himself. Archers.
He could kill the palisade wall, because if he does, oh, okay, never mind.
Nice reaction.
Yeah, man. I mean, I still think Fire's in that delay period, but I would just go into crossbows. Go into archers and think about crossbows as the game goes on. Like build a range, but he's not doing a lot. He's actually adding more fishing ships now, so he'll be on 4 here in a second.
Is that the right call? I guess it makes sense because now you have a bit more water control with the demo, and like the spears.
Well, Fire is. Oh my goodness, Lix did exactly what you said earlier because there's no vills around the TC to garrison. Lix runs in and kills one of Fire's villagers. Well played, Lix.
I still think it's not a big deal because only two scouts left.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty easy to clean that up, but it's still going to be annoying.
Well, I think now is the time to dock if you're Lix. See, look at this. This is perfect. Look at his dock now. So now he can dock. Fire's just invested into more fishing ships. And if Lix is able to now win water on that side, that gives him a lead.
And Fire might not be expecting this. Fire added a second dock, but I don't think he wants to make any army on the water. He doesn't know about Lix's dock.
Yeah.
At all. He might know because of this fire ship coming in.
Yeah, so basically that's what I think is the correct move based off all the games I've seen. I think you go with the standard like land opening and then go water. This could be a big mistake for Fire. All of this investment onto the left-hand side could be killed, but if he starts defending there, then he could be okay as well.
But he's still adding a fish, like he's making new fish.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
He's not making any defensive ships yet.
He doesn't know. And this scout from Lix is I think he was trying to bait Fire into using the demo there. But yeah, one fishing ship down for sure.
I like everything so far from Lix except the forward range. I don't like the forward range.
It's weird. I feel like it's a requirement to be a pro Chinese Age of Empires player that you have to build a forward building in a game. But it doesn't make any sense, like, ever.
You have, like, Yo, like, checking up on you. It's like, Yo, you had a forward range? Yeah, I got one. Okay, cool.
Like, if you don't build a forward range as a Chinese player, you're kicked from SY or Frantic.
Oh, man.
That has to be it.
Yeah, it actually, I wouldn't, like, if that was it, I wouldn't be surprised. Just say it that way.
But yeah, I agree with you on that. But look at the economy for Lix. Even without the fishing ships, he has plenty of food. And look at Fire's economy. He's not as close. So, you know, Fire is going to keep his fishing ships alive, but I'm really not convinced with his opening here. He's even going to lose a villager. Lix being so aware, sniping the vill in the center there. Good stuff.
Yeah, that's actually so annoying because whatever Fire wants to do in the center of the map there is going to be delayed. I don't know if he's going to want to invest in another vill there either.
Yeah, and I think maybe in Lix's position, it's always tough to decide on how much you invest into each strat, land and water, but I think you have to decide now, do I go water, do I go lands? I think small investment into lands, like he has a stable, so maybe a knight or two, and then the rest water would probably be the best move with the faster castle time.
Yeah, I want to see 1TC play here, I think. 1TC focus on killing all the fish, gaining the map control, then controlling both lakes with demos like he's doing, then booming.
Yes, yeah. Because that's what this map is all about. This map is about a variety of different ways to gain map control. And so you have water and land options. I agree with you. I think that Fire will probably be on the way up to Castle Age any moment now, but he will be behind.
Another forward villager from Lix and it's dying to wolves.
No! Oh! Is he gonna save her? Nope.
Oh, nah, gets clapped.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
why?
That's two.
I think...
I don't know.
Siege Workshop, probably.
Or either that, or like Yo wasn't happy with just one village forward. He needed a second.
he's like, listen, Lix, you sent the vill back. That's cheating.
Yeah, he's like send it back forward. You know.
I love it.
A dock from Fire coming out on the second lake as well. So it looks like both players are gonna try and invest in some water now.
Yeah, and Fire also built a stable, so he has 2 ranges, archers, stable for maybe some elephants. This is such a good game, and it's been an aggressive one. And it's more aggressive, more vills forward for Lix. You've got to be kidding me. It's been more aggressive than any game I've actually seen on this map for early Castle Age, because we have double dock investment, triple dock in some cases, and now like multiple land buildings too.
Yeah, and land army. Yeah, that's huge. And I think that Lix sent those forward vills to take revenge on the wolves, kind of, because he went straight for them.
Well, there's the Siege Workshop. So I like how it was 1 vill the first time, and he lost it. So he goes, no, let's send 2 this time.
Yeah, exactly. 1 wasn't enough, like, clearly, you know, it was really not enough. He's adding a second TC at home as well. I don't know if I agree with that necessarily.
Dude. Fire does not know that Lix has a demo, and he's thinking about sending his archers out.
Oh, I kind of hope he does.
I do too. No offense, Fire, if you're watching the game afterwards, but that would be so sick. Now, what he could do is he could take the center path, and then he'd be fine.
Yeah. Why are you being smart, Fire? What the hell, dude?
Nah,
Just go right through the water.
The demo goes right up to the quicksand, so it could still nail these things. I just don't think that Lick sees it.
Yeah, going to Lick's point of view. Oh, the knight. Oh, the knight.
Oh,
that's so lame.
This is. Oh, the knight tanked it, and the crossbows are coming in. This is trouble now for Lix. He hasn't taken the left at all. His siege. I don't get the forward buildings. The forward buildings aren't doing anything for him. He doesn't have anything to secure his gold. That forward siege workshop is looking so dumb right now.
Yeah, and Fire's fishing. So Fire has 2 TCs. He's also fishing like pretty well. He's able to defend as well.
Yeah, it's looking very good for Fire.
And this is the match point, so Lix doesn't want to give it up.
The forward buildings thing bothers me so much.
It must be a requirement, I'm telling you. There's no other explanation.
I see it, yeah, we see it so many times from some of these Chinese guys, and it's not doing anything, man. That forward buildings can be good, but the timing of it was bad. And you know, he built the defensive siege workshop now. By the time he clears up the crossbows, if he clears up the crossbows, Fire will have a convincing eco lead and a convincing map control lead. Even Fire killed the Mangonel next to the forward buildings. What a play from Fire, man.
Basically for free. He made 1 stable, 1 knight, and that's it for all the the siege workshop is basically nullified.
Wow.
At least for the time being.
So Fire, this is a situation he needs to win from, for sure. Do you think I like how he hasn't given Lix a chance to kill the crossbows yet, but do you think you maybe invest into... Oh, God!
That hurts.
Invest into a new town center, or maybe go water here?
I think you just keep doing more of the same for Fire. So, oh man, another shot. So, keep doing more of the same. Booming up to 3 TC is nice, but you have to make sure you're well defended first. You just don't want to die. Yeah,
secure the map first, I agree. I mean,
fast forward 10 minutes and Fire wins, basically. He just has to not die in 10 minutes.
I agree. Yeah, just take advantage of the map control he has currently. That was not good at all to lose that many crossbows. But it shows you how strong Fire's position is when we feel like he still has a huge lead after losing that many.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's what I mean. That's why I don't micro anymore. It doesn't matter if you lose army. It just matters if you do everything else right. Decision making.
All right.
I'm serious.
You heard it. You heard it here first. Harry doesn't micro anymore, so keep that in mind when watching the Hidden Cup main event.
Dude, watch my games. I just patrol and lose army everywhere. I don't care anymore. Like, it doesn't matter.
So yeah, everyone will think you're Doubt in the Hidden Cup.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a Doubt wannabe, I think.
All right. So those crossbows. I mean, that was not great for Fire at all. I don't think he killed a single villager with the crossbows once he got into this back area, but he still has more. He still seems fine, and Fire, you know, he's creating the elephants, he's creating the crossbows, he's doing what we said, he's securing the map, and he's on 3 TCs now? Yeah, he's building his third.
Yeah, third coming down. And he's also still fishing quite heavily here. I like to see him add even fish into the second lake, and it looks like he might try and do that soon.
I think maybe, so you have to keep in mind these fish are salmon, so there's only 225 food, it's not 350. So I'm thinking maybe 3 or 4 fishing ships there is fine, but I wouldn't like to see players go over upwards of 6.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Like, just get a few fish and then not overinvest, but it's still a good investment. Mangonel comes out of Siege Workshop, gets a monk. That's about it.
Yeah, Mangonel will fire and kill another monk.
2 monks.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Monk for Lix, goes for conversion, fails for the conversion. Fire's in cruise control now, man. He's in cruise control. He has both pawns. I also like the location of his fire ships on the left side, just to prevent Lix from getting back onto water.
He's cleaning up the push now as well.
Yeah, and typical Lix, more forward buildings.
Yeah, he's like, what's going wrong? You know, he needs to add more.
Fire doesn't see it. No, he did see a building foundation anyway. But what are a few knights gonna do against crossbows and monks? If you have this many crossbows and this many monks, you're gonna need a lot of knights.
And it looks like Fire's even getting out to some stone now, so he's gonna wanna, you know, not now, but one day get a castle up.
Yeah. And the knights, there's not many upgrades on them. He won't have time for the numbers. The Fire's building a defensive university next to it.
Yeah, very good idea there.
Yeah.
Actually. I'll keep that area safe, the university.
Well, You know, the only good thing about what Lix is doing is that he's keeping Fire away from his base. Like that is nice. So if he was somehow expanding more with economy, I'd believe in him, but he's still behind in economy, and I don't see him on additional town centers, so...
It's just so weird because he added the second TC earlier, but then he also tried to push earlier.
Yes.
And he just did everything at once, ended up doing nothing. You know what I mean?
Well, I think if he starts with a defensive Siege Workshop, he's fine, and Lix calls it GG. I think if he starts with a defensive Siege Workshop, he's fine, or at least tries to use his water control to stop the crossbows from getting across. But it was the forward buildings that didn't make sense in this game. Like, Lix's scouts were great. I like the timing on water. Now, Fire did defend against him on water. That was one thing that went wrong for Lix. He didn't kill. But
that's true.
But then the insistence on the forward buildings didn't make much sense. Maybe he just wasn't aware that Fire had that many archers. Maybe that was the case. But man, Fire played really solid. I think he played safe. He had the eco lead. He had control of the map, and Fire will be facing Jordan 23 in a best of 7, man.
That's gonna be exciting. That's actually a close matchup because both players I think are at a similar skill level right now.
Yes.
And I don't know. What do you think about that matchup?
Well, okay, so I guess we should probably talk about what differences will be in the best of 7. So it is confirmed now that Fire will play a best of 7 versus Jordan, and Dogao will play a best of 7 versus Lan. The winner of those best of 7s will make it into the main event alongside Hera and the rest of the others. So in that best of 7, each player will pick 2 home maps. Game 1 will be Arabia, and then game 2 and 3 will be the loser of the previous game's home map. So as an example, I'm pretty sure Hera knows exactly where I'm going with this, but for people who are not too familiar with tournaments and stuff, this makes it easier.
Yeah, go for it.
So let's say Jordan wins game 1, and Jordan wins game 2. That means that Fire will use one of his home maps for game 2 and game 3. So you could see 2 home maps back to back for one player. So like, honestly, when it comes to the Civ selection, we saw today that Lix probably should have banned Mayans to avoid that headache. So I think it heavily depends on the home maps the players choose and the Civs they have for their home maps. Like, you need to prepare, you need to get a buddy, and you need to do the draft like a bunch of times to see the situations you might encounter, because I think that'll be key. But I would probably say, oh man, it's hard for me to root against Fire or Jordan. I would say